Hey, this is Daniel Vitalis from SirThrival.com, and you're listening to Justin and Kate on Extreme Health Radio. And I'm just here to remind you to rewild yourself.
Welcome to Extreme Health Radio. Extreme Health Radio.
Where natural solutions to almost every health condition are out there. Join us on our journey to find them.
Now here are your hosts,
Broadcasting from sunny Southern California around the world,
Justin and Kate Stellman.
Well, here we are live on the internet, and we're having some issues. This is Extreme Health Radio, and my name is Justin, and my wife Kate is trying to figure out what's going on with her computer to figure out...
Got it.
You got it?
I believe so. Here we go.
I have to say, with doing a live show, you have so many more things to worry about, don't you?
Oh my goodness.
All these buttons to push and all these levels to
turn
get...
off.
Sounds to turn off.
Dogs to put out of the room.
Maggie's on the biomat.
She actually is in the room. Just laying on the biomat. Cute
She
little
doesn't
dog.
care.
No. She's getting her negative ions on.
She's getting her negative ions on.
It is. It's a lot more to think about. But hey, we are here and we are excited.
We are live and ready to rock and roll.
Let's roll.
So hopefully every one of you guys is having a good day. And let's see.
Feel free to chat with us, please. I'll be checking this. I have it up right here.
And if you would like to join our live shows, you can go to extremehealthradio.com/live. And our shows take place Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, right?
Soon to be Sunday. Or I'm sorry, Sunday, soon to be Friday.
Sunday, soon to be Friday.
Correct.
At 9 a.m.
Right.
Pacific time. So you can tune in there, ask your question, and we take questions live through the chat room, and you can talk, and the chat room's always available too. We just installed a brand new chat room, so there's not much in there, but we wiped out the last one and installed a brand new chat room, so you can chat in there anytime you like, but especially during the live shows if you want to ask a question to our guest. And
on the free-for-alls, just to talk to us and
that's right.
Let us know what's on your mind or what you want to talk about.
And there's a little link on that show page, extremehealthradio.com/live, that you can click, and it will allow you to call us on Skype.
That is cool.
Yeah.
That's an awesome feature.
And if you'd like to add us on Skype, our Skype ID is just Extreme Health Radio.
That's right. Easy enough, right?
Easy enough. Easy peasy.
Easy peasy.
And yeah, so we're kind of experimenting with this new live thing. So hopefully you guys are joining us, and it's a good thing for people.
It is.
Yeah.
Good way to spend your Sunday.
Yeah, so what we want to do with the live shows is if you have any health problems, any health issues or concerns or challenges, you can bring them up during the live shows, specifically on the Friday show, and we can all kind of come together as a community to help people overcome their health issues.
Yes.
Because a lot of times we don't have all the answers, and so people listening live may have more knowledge about a certain area than we do.
That's
so
probably true half the time or more.
Yeah, so they can just enter in what they what they know about a particular health issue, and there you go.
Yep. It's amazing when you think about it, like the world of technology that we didn't even have a few years ago. Now we're all able to these are people we would never have met. It just continues to blow my mind again and again, who just come into our lives, what kind of information we've been able to tell each other, and change people's lives. It's awesome.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Our lives have been changed, that's for sure.
It's amazing to me that someone could be listening in Costa Rica or Brazil or Australia.
Yeah.
And right now.
I know.
As we're talking.
Oh, it's a weird concept.
Crazy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just amazing what you can do. So now, Miss Katie Kate.
Yes, as Chris Kaler would call me.
Miss Katie Kate, yeah, Chris Kaler.
Yes, sir.
You are getting ready to go on a little silent retreat.
I'm embarking on my vision quest today.
Yeah.
After this show.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yep. I'm going to go do 3 days of in the mountains with hopefully no speaking, and just quiet contemplation and restore my peace and vitality.
Yeah, I know.
And get some clarity on things that I'm excited about working on in the future through the show and just my personal life, and reflect on this year. To be honest, it's been quite a crazy year. Really, really huge year for growth for me, and for health, for mental, healing. I've just had a lot of really neat things this year. So I take my journal, take my books, and pack up my food. We were talking this morning when we were making a juice just about how it seems so hard to get out of town even for like 2 days. But you brought up a really good point, because I'm running around doing all this crazy stuff, trying to make, 3 smoothies to freeze to take, and then try to, pack all my supplements, get all my vitamins, get all my minerals, try to juice things, just get it all packaged, because where I'm staying is like a hermitage of sorts, and you can bring your own food and things, and I don't really want to have to leave the grounds very much. And you reminded me that is the way that people have been doing things for forever. And we've gotten so far away from that. We've moved so far in the opposite direction. Like you said, it's not hard for people to get out of town when you're just the typical standard American diet person taking a road trip. Every corner is a McDonald's. I mean, everything, you just stop and, you get a donut at 7-Eleven and you're on your way. And that's just not the way we do things. And so everything just seems so laborious. And
I know, because when we go up in the summertime to the lake up in Northern California, it's like, it's crazy because
I feel like you're leaving the country for a year.
I know, because you're packing all this food, and you're packing all these juices and smoothies and things. But I mean, really, when it comes down to it, traveling long distances and going away for a few days. I mean, if we were back in the day, you would have to completely store all your food and figure out a way to even store it.
Oh my gosh, I know.
And
well, it reminded me of all the people crossing the prairies and the plains, and like, think about what they had to do. Like, that is the most insane picture of bravery. Not only bravery, but also just planning. Like, my gosh, these people had to plan for probably months and years to be able to make that kind of a trek.
I know,
and
right?
to survive it. Like, whew.
But we don't have to do that now, because life is so great. You can just stop at McDonald's.
Of course.
You can get someone was telling me recently, someone from the gym. Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
We're leaving the gym and we're coming to meet you. And so we're leaving the gym, and he's telling me about how McDonald's has these brand new, because he doesn't know what I do or anything. I just go in there, work out, and we just joke around and stuff. But he's telling me about how McDonald's has these new they're like these hamburgers. But he said, they're like these hamburgers. They're like a double-decker hamburger, but they're, $1.29. And so I just bought 4 of them, as my protein. And I'm just thinking, oh my gosh, do you realize the factory farmed meat like that is going to be loaded with hormones and chemicals, and half that stuff's not even meat. And but all that matters is that it's got protein. Who cares what energetically is inside of that food?
Oh gosh,
who cares that the animal was slaughtered and killed in a horrific way? Without any intention and without any care, like the Indians would do, or some of these grass-fed companies that do things the right way.
That reason alone, but then you squish it between 2 GMO wheat buns, melted cheese with God knows 8,000 chemicals in that, just in a slice of American cheese.
But as long as it has enough protein, because all we care about is macronutrients, right?
Right.
All we care about is fats and carbs and protein.
Oh gosh, once you even somewhat get a little removed from the stuff, it just seems like such a foreign concept to me.
I know, isn't that crazy?
Yeah, well, I'll probably be at this retreat in light company, I'd say, more than not, but
yeah, I mean, because if you were just the average typical person eating whatever people eat, you could just stop at off the side of the road anywhere and eat.
Sure.
You can go to a gas station and get peanuts and get a bag of raisins and eat whatever they eat, or go to McDonald's and stuff and get their food. But
it definitely,
when you live with intention and you care about the body God's given you, and you want to be healthy and live a long, happy life, you can't do those things.
It does take a lot of planning and a lot of striving, but I'm always grateful. It always pays off. I feel so good when I do the right thing.
Yeah.
When I start veering away even a little bit from where I wanted to be, it shows. I feel it immediately, pretty much. So I will be embarking. I will have all my things with me, and I'm excited to see what happens.
So you're not going to take any, you're not going to take any computers, right? I'll
have my smartphone on me, and I'm only going to check it once a day to check in with you probably and see how you and Maggie are doing. But other than that, nope, I'm not going to be checking it. I'm going to have no technology on me. I'm going to be in the hills. It's going to be amazing.
That's cool.
This seems really mellow compared to what other people do. I mean, I have a client who went, oh gosh, what was it? It was really a vision quest. I forget the name of the company. Maybe something without borders. Love Without Borders? Is that the name of the group?
I think I know about that.
And I think it's Love Without Borders. I'm not sure, but I'll put a link to it. But she did a retreat with them, and they go off into different hills and mountain situations, and they all spread out from each other and camp, like by themselves.
Oh,
I think she was gone for 2 weeks on that one, or 13 days or something.
What does she do for food?
Well, they take it. I don't know if they take it or they meet once a day and eat it. I forget, but then they go off on their own and they're really separate and they just do their own thing for like a long time. That's cool. A little intense to me.
Yeah, I did that kind of similar situation in Catalina.
Did you?
Yeah, back in the day, I took a trip for, I think it was 4 nights, and I just took my camping gear and went camping by myself. And you can camp right on the west side of the island.
Okay.
And you can camp right on the beach there.
Wow.
It's not on the beach, but it's not on the sand, but there's all these hills and hiking hills around the beaches there, and so you can camp. And I just did that for 4 nights.
By yourself?
Yeah, it was super
fun.
fun.
You did that. That's before I knew you?
Yeah.
It's pretty brave.
That was right around New Year's. I forget what year that was. Before my trip, so before 2001.
Wow.
I took a trip around the world in 2001, so I think it was probably around 99 or 2000.
You've done a lot of cool things.
Yeah, but it's similar to what you're doing, you know?
Yeah, no, that's true. It's funny. People I've mentioned it to this week, hardly anybody says, oh, I've done that, or a lot of people think it'd be interesting and cool. Some people don't know what to do with it. But
right.
I haven't had anybody say, besides that one client, that she's actually done something like that. But then here I am asking all these people if they've ever done anything like that. They say no. And then I forgot that you have actually been by yourself for that amount of time before. And I didn't even ask you.
I know.
You didn't mention it either before this.
Yeah, no, it's it was really a lot of fun. You got to stay on the beach and
That's so cool.
Kind of go hiking all day and just be in a tent and bring your books and just explore around and just be in nature and be quiet. I mean, that was before there were iPads and iPhones and iPods and everything else, you know, and
craziness.
Craziness. And
chaos. That's what I'll call it.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was a lot of fun. I mean, I just went by myself, and it was just I think you need to do that, you know? You got to do it sometimes.
So good for your soul.
Especially with your job and all the stuff that your job is so chaotic.
It is chaos. Everywhere I go, it's just loud. People are talking at you. My chi is just like getting sucked from me, and I'm tired. I could really use a little break. No talking. Just be quiet. Be with my thoughts.
I like it.
Be with God. Be on the hills. Just be with nature. It's going to be gorgeous. So thank you.
So are you adjusting to the time change?
I am. Are you?
I'm more okay with it this time than last year. Each year I progress.
I have to say, you do. You used to complain days and weeks before it happened. This time you're pretty positive, I have to say. Kudos to you.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
You seem like it.
I'm working on it. Well,
but I have to say, it has been like 80 degrees pretty much the whole month of November here. So you haven't had a lot to complain about. When it starts raining and it's freezing, I'll see how your attitude continues.
Right.
Or not.
Yeah, that's yeah, I like I don't mind the cold or whatever. It's just the short days that get to be rough.
No, I hear you. I totally hear you.
Yeah, and I'm constantly, trying to remind myself to enjoy it and like David Wolf says, today's the best day ever. Mm-hmm. Right?
And different seasons for a reason. I really feel like there's seasons to hunker down, or whatever you call that, a little bit more and get more done and go to sleep earlier, and just kind of I feel like that stuff just helps me facilitate a different time in life, and I need that.
Yeah, it's good.
Different season.
So something's been happening in your life the last, what would it say? I'd say probably the last, I don't know, let me think here. Probably the last 4 weeks.
Maybe 3 to 4 weeks, yeah.
And it's really almost become to the point of comical. So we'll try to recount some of the weirdest things that have happened to Kate. If things really do happen to us, if we don't bring them into our lives somehow. But
right.
You've had quite a weird thing with this whole numbering thing.
I've been seeing, it's the stuff that Adam Bergstrom kind of talked about in the first couple times we've had on our show. Because his whole website is SolarMan111. We always said, Adam, why is it called that? What's the, reason behind it?
Yeah, why is it called SolarMan111.com?
Right. So, if you want to hear his show, we should put some links to that. But
yeah.
So I remember he was chatting, I think the first or second show we had him on, just the importance of numbers and when you see different sequences and everything repeating itself. Well, mine is that on steroids. Like,
oh my gosh. All
of a sudden I just realized it was, 3 or 4 weeks ago probably, that I would look at the clock and I started seeing 111 all the time. And then you start seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, all those kind of patterns. But then it started going from those like overnight to every time I happened to glance at the clock. Every time was a double number. It was, well, either it was like 111, 211, 311, 411. I'd catch all those. Or
you would catch sequences even. You would catch like, it's 9:22 and then we'd make a juice or we'd go do the dishes. Oh, it's 9:33. And
yes.
Then all of a sudden, oh, it's 9:44.
Yes. And then it'd be like 10:22, 11:44, 9:55. It was crazy. And then what I loved even more, I mean, this has been going on, and I'd yell it into you. I'd be like, by the way, it's 9:44. I just happened to glance at the clock. Or, the school bus in front of me the other day. I was stopped behind a school bus letting a bunch of kids off, and they had their little stop sign go out from the side of the bus. You're not supposed to pass them. And I'm like, oh, hurry up. I got to go, go get something. And I'm sitting there, I'm patient. And I look up and the bus number 111 right in front of me.
Really?
School bus 111.
Well, we've gotten our receipts back at the store, and it'll say like, 2211.
Yes. Our bank accounts come in at perfect numbers.
Yeah, it's
like
crazy.
An example of like 32 left in this little checking account, or 1111. Like, and that all happens like on a day where I go spend money at, it's odd amounts of money. I'm buying something for $10.25 and $9.84, and then I'll check my bank account that night, and it's like at an even number. It's like it's crazy. It's like one of those double numbers.
Yeah, yeah. And as in the same vein that you had a interpretation of my dream, I've got a little interpretation for you.
What do you got? Because I also asked Mr. Adam Bergstrom.
Oh, do you have his email?
I'll pull that up, and you can tell me what you think it means.
Okay, yeah, his email was interesting. I think that whenever you have that happen, you are seeing something, like you're seeing this 9:22 or 9:44. So you're seeing that, and all of a sudden you're just happy. And and you're feeling like something is almost as if God is telling you, stay on the right path. You're on the right path. Because, part of our goal is to get you out of work.
Yeah.
And to be working on the show full time.
Yeah.
And to be doing this full time, helping people and doing shows and things. And so I feel like part of it is God saying to you, hey, I'm reminding you, like, these are all just little hints, little things that I'm telling you that you're on the right path. And each time that happens, your vibration raises and you become more energetically vibrant. And so that brings more of it to you. And God's just reminding you all along the way, this is where you need to be. You're doing the right thing. Keep going.
That's interesting, because that's kind of how I feel. Before I even asked Adam, I thought, I resonate with that. I feel like every time I see it, it makes me happy. It makes me aware. I'm feeling like it's too crazy just to be a coincidence every time I see it.
Yeah.
So clearly I'm being reminded, and I'm being conscious, and I feel like I'm like being raised to a different vibrational.
Something is happening.
That's interesting. I feel like that too.
And were you able to pull up Adam's email?
Yeah, I asked Adam if he could shed any light on it, and he put Swami Nitty Gritty, who he always quotes, which I love. He followed him for a long time. Put it this way. Quote, the timing of daily events in your life is proof that the creative consciousness is directing your existence. Unquote. He said some stuff to me that I kind of want to keep personal, but he says that he believes it's a gift sent from God or the universe to me, and not everyone gets these experiences. And he says a lot of people get this increased with their eating eating in time, as he talks about, and also so does meditation. And then he sent me a really interesting quote from Through the Looking Glass by Lewis Carroll, Alice in Wonderland. You want me to read it?
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting. It says, this is from the book.
From Alice in Wonderland?
Or Through the Looking Glass is actually the correct title. But the rule is jam tomorrow and jam yesterday, but never jam today. It must come sometimes and jam today, Alice objected. No, it can't, said the Queen. It's jam every other day. Today isn't any other day, you know. I don't understand you, said Alice. It's dreadfully confusing. That's the effect of living backwards, the Queen said kindly. It always makes one a little giddy at first. Living backwards, Alice replied in great astonishment. I have never heard of such a thing. But there's one great advantage in it, said the Queen. Is that one's memory works both ways. I'm sure mine only works one way, Alice remarked. I can't remember things before they happen. It's a poor sort of memory that only works backward, the Queen remarked.
Wow, remembering things before. We might have to talk about that.
Yeah, I had to sit with that one for a while before I even understood what that meant.
Yeah.
But it reminded me of the conversation we did have with Adam Bergstrom about, I think it was Adam Bergstrom, talking about how he knew that car was going to come around the corner and the green car with the man with the white shirt or something like that.
Oh, I don't remember that.
And sure enough, that's exactly what happened. He knew it was going to happen before it happened. And
was that on one of our shows?
It was, yeah.
Wow.
I forget what the exact example was, but he knew this thing. It was almost like he was remembering forward.
Wow.
Instead of remembering backward. It was very odd. So I've been pondering this kind of stuff all week.
I know. Wow. So, when you get into quantum physics and things, you realize there's no such thing as time, and particles can exist in two places at once, and we're all connected. There's no such thing as separation. And if you read some of the books on quantum mechanics, it's really fascinating how this stuff works. And that's how things are really happening at the subatomic level with quarks and all those kind of little energetic particles that they don't even have names for yet. And they're all just sequences of vibrations and frequencies that resonate, and particles will act like a wave in one experiment, and they'll act like a particle in another experiment. And then you'll do the same experiment previously where it acted like a wave, and that same particle will act like a particle because you're watching it. So the very fact of you viewing the experiment changes what the particle will do. And it's just crazy, this is what's going on in the subatomic world. And, physics doesn't act in the physical world like it does in the subatomic world. In the macro universe, which is our physical world of touch and objects and things.
It doesn't play by the rules, huh? Yeah,
it doesn't play by the rules. So this whole idea of remembering things that happened, or deja vu, remembering in the future, all this stuff happens,
Yeah.
It's fascinating
It
stuff.
is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cool that he brought me back, and I really appreciated that. So thanks, Adam.
And if you listen to our show with Stephen here, episode 88, he'll talk a little bit about some of that stuff. And the idea of eating foods that are higher in frequencies allows the cells and the subatomic particles in our bodies to resonate at higher frequencies, which causes more and more things like this to happen.
Well, and to be honest, I think that's exactly what's happening with me. The cleaner I get, because I've had a crazy week of detoxing stuff out of me, especially through the coffee enemas, like crazy stuff. I don't know if I want to talk about that.
Well, we should.
I feel like I talk about it too much. But the cleaner I get, I feel like the more, like you just become more clear, more mentally clear, and I feel like that's exactly what is going on when I'm seeing those numbers. And it's a trip. It's so cool, though. Yeah,
I suspect, we were talking in the car last night, that when you're cleaning out physical debris out of your body, out of your colon and things, out of your liver, I think you're also pulling energetic frequencies of emotion out with that stuff. And so we're talking about fear last night. And as a result of the cleansing and the work that you've been doing, you're so much less fearful about things.
Yeah, we did talk about that last night when we were driving somewhere, and I am. Again, this has been such a wild year for me.
It's crazy,
isn't it? My fear level, though, has just dropped 90%. I've always lived in a fearful place. I'm kind of just for the first time in a long time experiencing what it's like to live out of
just a regular
peace, I guess, the opposite of fear.
So you think it's dropped about 90%?
I feel like it. I mean, I feel like it's that dramatic of a drop.
That's crazy.
Everything. I mean, I could talk for days and write in my journal for days about what I feel like is going on with me personally, but
yeah, I think when you start doing colonics enemas and you start doing herbal cleanses like the Juva and the Clean program that we recommend, I think you pull out of your body some of these energetic frequencies that are tied up in your emotions and tied up in your glands and your liver, and because the liver is the organ of anger.
Yeah.
And so you start pulling this debris out, and what comes with it is the stuck emotional energies and frequencies. Because as a child, we could have been eating something in a stressful state, or we could have been eating something and someone told us some really bad news, and all of a sudden, that energetic fear is being downloaded into the food. And
was that Gilbert Renaud, how he was talking about? That was that episode with him, right? Where he's talking about just specifics with people. They had a moment that they were eating or drinking something when they got some bad news or something, and it completely changed how they reacted to that food for the rest of their lives. They either had an allergy to it or their aversion. If
they were pregnant, their child, as soon as they had an emotional trauma that was similar to what the pregnant mom had when they were eating a particular food, as soon as the child at 5, 10, 15 years old has that similar trauma, they all of a sudden will become allergic to that very same food. I mean, it's just crazy.
There's something going on because I have a friend who she has still, I believe, a reoccurring dream over and over. It's not a good dream. It's more of a nightmare, but had it her whole life. And what happens? Her daughter, around 8 or 9 or whatever, wakes up with a nightmare. She runs in there and asks her what's wrong.
Oh, is this going on in the dream, or is this...
No, this is in real life.
Okay.
And she would go in and ask her daughter what was wrong, and her daughter said, I had a bad dream. And the mom would say, my friend would ask her, what was it about? And as the daughter starts describing her dream, it's the exact dream that she herself has been having for, 40 years.
Oh my gosh.
And this is going on. So it's like, if exact dreams are being passed down where they can both describe, it's like they both had the same experience. They both knew what the man was wearing, what the car was, where they were, what the buildings looked like. They could describe it. And they both still have it reoccurring at times. It's the most bizarre thing. When I first heard that too, I heard that when I was probably in high school. She's a bit older than me, and she was telling me that, and I was like, what do you even do with that information? I mean, that is something you don't hear every day.
Right.
So something is going on.
Something is going on. Well, it's like Jack Cruz was saying, we got to take a little break here, but like Jack Cruz was saying, his whole thing is lowering inflammation in the body. And I made the comment during the show that, most people are eating just extremely inflammatory foods,
Yes.
Really inflammatory foods. And I said, that's one of the main problems. And he said, well, it's not even that. Like, it's the way we live our life. It's the exposure to blue light. It's the stress. It's everything else. And what did he say? He puts food like number 4 on his list of most important things.
I think he did say something like that. Along those lines.
Crazy. So we'll post a link to the Jack Cruz interview as well as the Gilbert Renaud interview if you're interested in this kind of weird stuff, as well as Adam Bergstrom. But we're going to take a little break right now. Kate, you just did the sauna this morning, didn't you?
I sure did.
I woke up and I come in and you're sitting in the sauna.
I knew I had to get it done early this morning because I had to leave for my...
I get up and here you are, 6:30 in the morning with your head sticking out of the sauna.
I was. I'm so proud. I know that might have been one of the earliest times I've done it, but it's cold and it felt so good to be in that warm sauna.
Okay, we're going to run this little ad for our favorite sauna, and we'll be right back after this break. Kate and I have had our sauna for about a year now, I'd say, when we first got it from Phil Wilson, and it's an incredible machine. We use ours about every single day. Kate sits in about 20 minutes, and I sit in there about for a half hour. Usually watch a documentary, and it's extremely relaxing. It's really, really incredible machine. And if you go to extremelealthradio.com/sauna, you can learn all about it. We did an entire hour interview with Phil Wilson. You can check that out. You can look at the pictures of us with it. You can watch videos on that page. It helps you to sleep really, really well. You can lose a lot of weight with it. You can burn, I think, around 600 calories in about 20 minutes or so. It improves your skin. increases circulation all over the body, and circulation is critical for your health. You can prevent and reverse diseases with it. If you have a cold or flu, it's incredible. It heats you down to the core. It heats 4 to 6 inches inside your body, so it's really incredible. And a lot of people use it for cancer as well. So if you have any kind of incurable, quote, disease, you can use it for that. And Dr. Shade is the foremost authority on detoxification. And listen to what he says about it.
How do I detoxify from plastics? I mean, you guys are using a sauna, and what does a sauna do for us? A sauna is great, but it's moving a number of different toxins. Remember, we talked about the mice, that if you put PCBs in there, then that made the mercurial that much worse. And sweating moves out a lot of plastics, volatiles, fat-based toxins. It's really good at moving those out, sweating those out. So that's how you're getting those out, and those are contributing to this synergistic soup inside the body. And so that's why they're good, is they're taking out a bunch of the different things in the soup.
And Daniel Vitalis, one of our favorite guests. What do you have to say about the sauna?
When you go into the sauna, like a far infrared sauna like you discussed, your body goes into a deep relaxation mode, and your sympathetic nervous system shuts down and your parasympathetic nervous system turns on. And when that's active, that's the nervous system, part of your nervous system that's active when you meditate. That becomes active, and your detoxification pathways open up wide. Why is this important? It's important because when you go running and you sweat, you're not necessarily eliminating very much toxicity from your body. But when you sweat in the sauna, you eliminate a lot of toxicity from your body. So sweating in a relaxed state is how we eliminate. The other thing is that what's wonderful about the sauna is that it puts you in a parasympathetic nervous system response, like as if you were meditating. So it's almost a hack. It's like a trick to get yourself into a meditative, relaxed state, to decompress stress, to reverse the effects of stress, and to get your body eliminating deep, deep toxicity that's stored in your body fat, because it can come out in the oils of your skin. So I think, sauna is one of the most crucial detoxification, really health practices that we could take on, especially in this era of heavy toxicity, particularly fat-soluble toxins.
The sauna is really, really great. They offer payment plans, because if you buy it through PayPal, it's 100% secure. You don't even need a PayPal account. I think you could do a payment plan through PayPal. It's got low EMF electromagnetic fields coming off of it. It's portable, so that means you don't have to knock down a wall in your house. You can just move it from room to room. It sets up in about 2 to 5 minutes. It's super easy to clean. All you got to do is wipe it down when you're done, and wipe the neck down. And it produces energy and heat inside very, very evenly throughout the whole machine. All you have to do is sit in there for about 15 minutes a day. And the great thing I like about it too is it requires zero preheating. So you turn it on and you're starting to get warm, and you're starting to detoxify with that far infrared light almost immediately. So it's really great. It comes with a 1-year warranty. It's about $990 plus $25 shipping. And that's really, really a good deal, because if you look at most of the regular saunas out there, they are in the $2,000 to $4,000 range. So this is really, really a good deal. So check it out, extremehealthradio.com/sauna.
100% listener supported. Extreme Health Radio. Opening minds and transforming lives worldwide. Join the show now on Skype at Extreme Health Radio, or call 949-505-9585. Hello. That's 949-505-9585.
Kate, have you ever had a green juice mess your stomach up?
Yeah, many times actually.
Have you?
Mm-hmm. It's frustrating.
Yeah, I haven't even eaten anything yet today, and I just had a green juice. What do we have in there? Parsley?
A lot of parsley, cucumber,
romaine, celery, ginger,
a little green apple.
And my stomach is
lemon.
Yeah, that shouldn't do anything to you.
That's why this stuff is so frustrating sometimes.
Maybe I'm just clean. It's cleaning me out, kind of a thing.
Maybe. Are you able to go on?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I can press on through the fog.
It is odd though. I feel like sometimes, why does that happen? Sometimes I feel amazing, and other times I'm completely messed up and bloated just from a juice.
Or sometimes you can drink a juice on top of food and still not have any problem.
Right?
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
I know. The other night we stuffed our face with paleo-style dinner going out, and after that we got an alkalinizing green juice on the way home. Nothing.
Yeah, it felt
totally fine.
Felt great.
Even though that wasn't the best combo to do, it was still fine. It was just crazy.
I know. I drank some of our new alkaline water that we have, and hoping that. But your stomach's supposed to be acidic. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't. There's too much to know here.
This is the journey we're on, trying to figure it all out.
But we went recently to a place down a city just about a half hour away from us, and got this pH. What is it? 8.7 or 8. This alkaline water that we got. We'll put a link to it on the show. Really interesting, because we typically don't like to drink alkaline water for long periods of time, just because of the alkalinity. We understand that it's extremely cleansing and very, very, very beneficial. But to do that on an ongoing basis, I just don't want to do that. But we're doing it in between our spring runs. So this is the first time we really got this like really alkaline water that people just rant and rave about and they love.
It's been there since how long has that well been tapped into?
Hundreds of years.
Hundreds, yeah.
And have you noticed any difference?
Not really, other than it just tastes pretty darn good.
It tastes really good.
It tastes as clear and pure as our spring water, so I can tell the difference when, in between when we have to do some sort of a sparklet situation.
Right.
It's just not, which is hopefully way more rare these days. But that just tastes plasticized. This stuff tastes amazing.
Yeah, it tastes really good.
I don't know. Have you sensed any differences? Or?
I haven't. No, I haven't sensed any difference at all. It tastes just really good.
Yeah, that's good.
I haven't noticed any health benefits or anything bad or good.
Yeah, me neither. And that's fine. I feel alkaline. Whatever that means.
Feel more calm?
Interesting.
Because
I do feel a lot more calm in general these days. So
could be. There's so many things we do. Who knows, right?
Who knows?
So you have an interesting little article? Yeah,
I found this article. We can post a link to it, but I was on Facebook the other day, and someone had put a link to it from cafemom.com. And it says, yet another scary reason I won't get my daughter the HPV vaccine. It's a short article. I just wanted to read it. Is that okay?
Yeah.
She writes, I am, generally speaking, not anti-vaccine. I am, however, anti-HPV vaccines. I've been reading about severe side effects since before I even had children, and now that I do, and with all the new information that has come out, there is no way my daughter is getting the HPV vaccine. Earlier this year, one of the lead developers of the HPV vaccine came out saying how Gardasil and Cervarix or Cervarix or whatever are not safe. She said the risk to vaccinate for the human papillomavirus outweighs the risk of getting the virus, which can be treated. The vax hasn't been tested enough on the 44 girls have died after getting vaccinated.
Oh my gosh.
This is crazy then. There is more evidence that this vax is unsafe. 2 sisters who are now 19 and 20 say they are now infertile and going through early menopause as a result of the HPV vaccine. Oh. Madeline and Olivia Mailer are sisters from Wisconsin who have filed a suit against the makers of Gardasil, blaming the vaccine for causing their ovaries to stop producing eggs. This is heartbreaking for these 2 young women, and we all need answers as to whether or not the vax caused this. The Mailers have had a hearing with the National Vaccine Injury Compensation Program, which, by the way, if there's even such a thing, it shows that there's a need for it because so many people are having problems.
Yeah, if there's such a thing as a need to create such a foundation.
Right. The National Vaccine Injury Compensation Program, a special court that examines these kinds of claims from vaccines.
Wow.
And then it goes on to talk about all these infertility issues and symptoms of premenopause. And these are girls that are 19 and 20.
That is just crazy. What is the HPV? They're trying to tell young women that they're going to get cancer, some sort of cervical cancer, if they don't get this vaccine?
Pretty much. And they're also offering it to little boys.
Because they could get cervical cancer.
Apparently. To protect against other things that could happen to them.
I know. When I was 12, I was worried about my cervix.
Oh, weren't you?
I was.
I know, 12-year-old boy.
Gosh, that's crazy.
Oh, I know. That was even more disturbing when I started reading that. Because you see in the magazines, you flip through them, and it says, they have a little picture of the little girl with a girl symbol and the boy with a little boy symbol, and it says it's not just for girls anymore kind of thing.
Really?
Oh, my goodness.
I haven't seen that.
Oh, that's really disturbing.
Wow.
I'll even look that up and show that to you.
Oh my gosh. You could probably do something on Google Images for that.
I bet. Gardasil.
That's crazy.
I know.
So now the whole point is it to prevent cancer? Is that their main thing?
I think so.
Is that their main selling point they're trying to put on people? Yeah,
more cancer. And I think some STDs.
Oh.
I think.
That would make more sense because, if a 13-year-old girl most likely is not going to be worried about cancer, they probably can't scare them that much.
Well, it says right here, Gardasil is the only HPV vaccine that helps protect your child against 4 types of HPV. In girls and young women ages 9 to 26, Gardasil helps protect against 2 types of HPV that cause about 75% of cervical cancer cases, and 2 more types that cause approximately 90% of genital wart cases. In boys and young men aged 9 to 26, Gardasil helps protect against approximately 90% of genital warts cases.
See, it says helps.
Helps.
How much does it help? You know what I mean?
Right.
People need to start looking at these words that they're using. Could you read the very beginning of that you read again?
Gardasil is the only HPV vaccine that helps protect your child against 4 types of HPV. Is the only HPV vaccine.
Wow, that is just crazy.
I want to go to this link, find out who should get vaccinated. Let's see here. Who should get vaccinated? Gardasil is for males and females ages 9 to 26. What does the CDC say about the HPV vaccine? The Center for Disease Control and Prevention recommends routine vaccination with Gardasil for boys and girls ages 11 and 12. The CDC also recommends vaccinations for young women ages 13 to 26 and young men 13 to 21 who have not already been vaccinated. The CDC states that Gardasil can be given to young men ages 22 to 26, and if they and their doctors decide it's right for them. So there you go.
Jeez. That's so crazy.
And then important safety information is off to the right, and that's, oh gosh, I haven't even read it, but all I saw is that if you have to sit or lie down for 15 minutes because you're shaky and faint and become stiff, you might want to reevaluate this treatment.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway.
Wow.
So anyway, we'll put a link to that because that was just something that became a little scary to me, that girls that age are going through menopause and are infertile. It's heartbreaking.
Let's do a couple email questions here, and we'll take a break. Maybe let's do 2 of them.
Perfect.
You and I both do one. We'll take a break, do a couple more, and then we'll wrap up the show.
Great.
So we got one from Ray, and he says, I heard Sid Singer some months ago and raised the head of my mattress, not the bed, to avoid stroke. It was an improvement, but had no effect on my chronically blocked nose. Then I stumbled upon a remarkable modality on YouTube. I watched for a couple hours, learned how to breathe, and my nose has been open ever since. Interesting.
Wow.
This is all without doing, what is that called? Neti pots.
Oh, right.
It's called the Butenko method. Have you heard about this?
I know that name.
Yeah, well,
Victoria
Butenko from Green Smoothies and stuff.
Right.
But I've heard about this. But
Does that have to do with those Butenkos?
I don't think so.
Oh, wow, interesting.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it, but I know this methodology of breathing.
Okay.
It improves health generally, and especially respiratory ailments such as blocked nose, snoring, sleep apnea, and asthma. It would enable Kate to inhale less toxins in the beauty shop.
Smart.
And Justin, your show would be the first to bring this astounding information to the public. Thank you, Ray. And he sent a YouTube video with an hour and 48-minute presentation about how to do this Butenko method, Buteyko. Are
you going to put a link to that, I hope?
I'll put a link to this. Buteyko method, Butenko method. This will be good because this has been something I've known about for a long time, never really looked into. So this is a good reminder to get into this stuff.
I could really use that right now, as I can't really breathe out of my nose right now.
There you go.
Yeah, I've been stuffy today. Interesting. Wow, thanks, Ray.
Yeah, thanks, Ray. This is awesome.
I have one here from Yvette. You want me to read that one?
Yeah.
Hi, Justin. Hope things are going well for you and Kate. I listened to your show number 168 on GMO warnings, benefits of rebounding, etc. Another great show, as usual. Thanks. At one point during the show, Kate said my name. It's really nice being singled out and remembered. Aw. I love
Yvette. She's cool.
I was looking at some of the podcast, and as you know, each show has a download link on its show page. What exactly is the download link supposed to do? Are we able to download/save a particular show to our computer? I ask because I clicked on the download link and the file opened my Windows Media Player and played some show instead of downloading it to my hard drive, which is what I thought it would do. Was it supposed to download the show instead? I'd like to download some of your shows because sometimes I feel a little nervous and think about some government agency might try to shut down your site like they did Kevin Trudeau's. Thanks, Yvette.
Cool. Yeah. So the download link that's at the top of all of our show pages, if you click on that, I think it's just going to open up a new tab or new browser window that will play the show. So what you have to do is right-click on that and save it to your computer. But even better, what we have now is a show. If you go to our website /live, you'll see at the bottom of that page all of our shows on one particular page. So you can download all of them. You don't have to go to all the different show pages and download them. You can just go to one page and right-click on the download link and save it right to your computer. Or if you go to our website, and if you go to resources, at the top of the page, there's a little resource button. And if there's a link under that that says download shows, and you can go to that page too. Both of those pages display the same table where you can download all of our shows on one page.
Okay.
So that's so we're going to be updating that. I think we have 152 shows on there. But don't fear, don't fret. The government's not going to shut us down.
I don't think they ever could.
No. It's
we are going to keep this information out there however we have to.
Yeah, but if you feel like you want to download our shows and you feel like that is a possibility, then feel free to download the shows directly to your computer.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's
I believe
really
you can
flattering.
Do it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think you can do it through iTunes and stuff too, Stitcher and all that kind of stuff. But we're up against another break, so we're going to do a little break with our Qigong.
Nice. Love the Qigong.
Yeah, really, really good stuff. So we'll be right back. We'll take some more questions and talk about a couple more topics that we have to talk about and close out the show. So we'll be right back right after this break. I have to say, I have been absolutely loving this product by Tristan Truscott and Peter Ragnar called Good Morning, Good Evening Qigong. If you want to listen to the interview we did with Tristan, you can go to extremehealthradio.com/127. And Qigong is a great way to de-stress the body. And as you know, there's a huge component to disease caused by stress. And stress is a huge factor in how we live our lives and the amount of energy we have and the amount of vitality we have. And so, Dr. Shade, what do you think about Qigong?
People come to me and they're really sick and they got this blown out neurological system and all this toxicity. And I tell them, you need to do Qigong, Tai Chi. You need to do these things that settle down and restore your neurology, because it puts together all the parts. It puts you back into that state where you can start to detoxify. And so I highly, highly recommend all that.
And what about you, Kit Campbell? What do you think about Qigong? Do you like it as well?
Qigong is amazing. And the reason that I believe it to be amazing is everything here is energy. That is a scientific fact, if there ever is one. So when you're practicing Qigong, you're actually drawing energy into your body. Your intention, whatever your intention is behind any action, will determine the level of energy, type of energy that you absorb into your body. So your intention behind is very important, just like thought. So when you're practicing Qigong, you're actually bringing energy in and you're bringing out the stuff that might be a bit stale. With Tai Chi, it's totally different. The energy runs underneath the skin because it's more of a martial. This is the Chinese understanding, by the way. It's more of a martial art. So Qigong is very, very good for bringing that energy into the body, and just fantastic.
If you're interested in picking up this Qigong course by Tristan Truscott and Peter Ragnar, go to extremehealthradio.com/Qigong. That's QIGONG. And you can learn more about it. There's a great video on that page, and you can learn more about it on that page. And I highly, highly recommend this product. I love it myself. So go ahead and check that out. extremehealthradio.com/Qigong.
All free shows, all the time on Extreme Health Radio. Opening minds and transforming lives worldwide. Join our community today. Call using Skype at Extreme Health Radio or call 949-505-9585. That's 949-505-9585.
So you gonna run right out and get your Gardasil shot, Kate?
Oh, of course. I'm going to get Maggie Gardasil, even though she's not a human being.
Get her Gardasil.
Gardasiled. That's quite a...
It's a verb now.
It's a verb.
Get her Gardasil.
That's horrible, isn't it?
Oh my gosh, I can't believe that. That's just crazy that they do.
Horrifying.
Yeah, that's
horrifying.
It is. Yeah. Wow. So let's see. We have a couple more questions here. Let's go through these. Do you want me to do the next one?
Yeah, I only have. Those are the only ones I came upon. The ones we just read.
Okay. You only had 2.
I did.
Okay.
But you read one of mine.
Oh, did I? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Let's see here. Let's pull up some other questions here. Okay, we've got Casey writes in about our root canal.
Okay.
Hey, Justin. Just started listening to the show. Lots of good info. Thank you very much. Was listening to root canal videos. What did you end up doing with yours? I have one, and I'm looking at having it removed, but just learning about my options right now. Thanks, Casey. Casey, well, I think we mentioned this on one of our other shows. I have one root canal, and Kate has, I think you have one, right?
I do.
And we are going to be getting those fixed. I got my mercury fillings out. You got yours out. Mm-hmm. So we got those taken care of. And we're taking care of our teeth now. But what we want to do is go to Stuart Nunley. 2 places we're either going to go to. We're not sure yet. Stuart Nunley, Dr. Nunley is the guy that we went to before, and his website is healthysmilesforlife.com, and we're working on getting him on the show too, our dentist in Texas. And he's one of the best biological dentists you'll ever find, and it's just a really kind man doing really great work, and really well-rounded guy, and just doing awesome stuff. So you could check him out. And we're also going to try Dr. Javier Morales down in Tijuana, Mexico. And I think that's for about the 10th of the cost.
Yeah.
But he has been referred to us by David Wolf and David Jubb, who referred to him as the best biological dentist in the world. So I don't know. I mean, who knows? But I've looked into Javier Morales, and I like what I see so far. So
okay.
We might go there.
Yeah, we're considering that. I would love to be able to. I still have a few things I need to get squared away in my mouth.
I love Dr. Nunley, but for us to go there would be the plane tickets and time away and things like that. So Dr. Morales, would be really close for us.
Depends on where you are, though, too.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where.
Yeah, Casey. I'm not
Casey's
sure where
writing in
Casey
from.
is, but so that's what we're going to do with ours. We're going to get ours fixed, but this whole business with the mouth is just critical. And if you listen to our interview with Victor Zines, I think that was episode 173, you'll understand a little bit about root canals, and you can go to our dental section too and listen to what the doctors are saying about root canals if you're unsure about whether or not those things are very harmful.
Do we also have a list of the biological... Somebody has a master list of biological dentists.
Yes. The interview we did with Will Revick.
Okay.
And his website's aurawellness.com.
That's right.
And he has a list, ORAWELLNESS, I think.
I think that's right.
aurawellness.com. And we sell just an incredible product that he's got called the Healthy Mouth World Summit. And that is just so good. If you are, I highly encourage you guys to check that out. If you go to, I think it's in our store. I'll put a link to it on this show page. What is this, episode number
175?
175. Yeah, it's got all kinds of interviews and slideshow presentations and just really, really good stuff.
The more we learn about our mouths being the master
the root cause of all.
Literally,
disease,
of everything.
yeah.
You just start carrying it. Who would have ever thought you'd be interested in something like a Healthy Mouth Summit? But when you start finding out how important it really is, it's like you'll do anything to save your teeth.
Yeah, it's not really about your mouth at all, really.
No.
Interesting. So thanks, Casey, for writing in. That's what we're going to do. And Dawn writes in, "Hi, Justin. My biggest health concern right now is getting my hormones back in balance. I have tinnitus, brain zaps, hot flashes, cold chills, stomach adrenaline that races almost daily, fluctuating high and low cortisol, adrenal fatigue, etc. I would love some shows on how to address this complex thing called the female endocrine system. This year has been just awful for me. Thanks, Dawn."
Oh, gosh.
Wow.
You know, I've gotten a few personal emails from women in the last just week even talking about how they'd love to have a guest on about not only hormones and those issues, but menopausal things.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't really had a lot of women guests talking about that, or men, but it'd be nice to have a woman on that really addresses a lot of these things.
Yeah, there's a guest, what is her name? Dr. Sanjeet Patti, I think, or...
Okay.
Maybe if you can write her name down, and I'll try to find her website. But she deals with hormone and endocrine issues. And then there's also another website called women2women.com.
Oh, right. That's a great one.
That you might want to look at. But we're going to be doing a show with, what's his name? Daniel Vitalis here coming up this week. Or is it this week or next week? But stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking
just on the hormones themselves, right?
Just on hormones, yeah.
Wow.
And so I would look at that. I would look at getting rid of any plastic that's in your life, because plastic really disrupts the hormone receptors on your cells and in your body. Plastic's really damaging for your hormones.
Isn't it true with the coffee enemas too, that allows you to create, what is the word I'm looking for?
Oh, glutathione.
Glutathione, which
Yes.
helps to balance and even out your hormone levels too, correct?
Yeah, that removes toxins too. Yeah. And sweating is another good way of removing these volatile plastics, as Dr. Shade mentioned in our commercial. So I would also look at some supplements you could take for that. I'm guessing, just off the top of my head here, something like deer antler would be very helpful.
Pine pollen.
Pine pollen would be really extremely helpful. You can get those through Surthrival, Daniel Vitalis' website. Surthrival. If you go to extremehealthradio.com/Surthrival, SURTHRIVAL, I would highly recommend getting on those, because they're very balancing in terms of balancing your hormones. So they're not going to make you swing too high or too low. And what I would do is go get a blood test before.
I was going to say, that's what I would do too.
Yeah, take those and
find out what's going on with them.
Or take a blood test, then take those, then take another blood test.
Yeah.
Because they work.
Yeah. You might just want to figure out what's going on before you start throwing just a bunch of stuff in your body, though, not knowing how you need to be balanced.
Exactly.
That's always a good thing.
Yeah, get your blood tested first.
And that women to women clinic looks like amazing. I've checked it out numerous times.
Yeah, we need to get her on the show.
They're up in Maine.
Are they?
So if you're on that area of the country, that might be you can do it over, basically you don't have to, you can be an over the phone patient. They could set, I think order you tests, read your tests, help you that way too. I would really look into them to figure out where to start, and then add all these other products and supplements that are, going to help as well.
If you want to know where to get blood tests, we recommend a good thing. If you go to extremehealthradio.com/ I think it's blood tests or blood. No, it's just blood. That's what it is.
Okay.
You can find out more about getting blood tests, where to go, what levels to get checked, and all that on that link.
That is such a good resource. Good for you.
Yeah, it's I wanted to put that together.
Good.
So let's see. I'm trying to think of anything else. Adrenal fatigue. I'm thinking Qigong and like the stress and cortisol levels.
They talk about that quite a bit, actually.
In the Qigong course. Yeah, cortisol. I would say do some meditation, some quiet time at night, lowering the blue lights maybe at night.
Maybe going to some candles.
Yeah, lowering plastics, increasing your glutathione levels. You could take glutathione from Dr. Christopher Shade If you do a search in our guest list for the show we did with him, you can get some glutathione from him. I think it's quicksilverscientific.com.
I think that's right.
And what I would also do is the One World Way that we promote increases glutathione levels to a significant degree. It's pretty amazing. You should listen to our show with Stephen here, episode 88. I would look at, let's see, what else? Dr. Jack Cruz. He's got a whole hormone protocol, a hormone webinar that he's done.
Oh, that's right. We just talked to him the other day.
JackCruz.com. You can look at some of that stuff, but there's a lot you can do here. Adrenal fatigue. Yeah, there's a lot of things you could do here. So hopefully that helps you, Dawn, with all of those issues. And then we have, hi, Justin and Kate. I just caught a couple of your shows side by side, David Wolf and Chris Kaler, episodes 166 and 167. I'm familiar with the raw food lifestyle and its amazing benefits. Listening to your shows with Chris Kaler have added a whole new dimension to my health paradigm.
Tell me about it.
I know, right? He changed your life.
He did. He has.
Crazy. We'll have to talk about that one day. Do Chris and David know each other? I know David Wolf, when he puts on his Longevity Now conference, has some unique and rare healing practitioners, which he takes pride in introducing to the public. I think Chris Kaler doing his energy healing, distance healing would fit the bill as one of these unique practitioners working alongside David Wolf presenting at a Longevity Now conference. Raw food and energy healing just seem like a natural fit for each other, but a lot of raw fooders focus on internal intake. Is that interesting? A lot of raw fooders focus on internal intake. Okay. I would like to see Chris and David do something together for further public awareness of this amazing work. You should introduce them to each other if they do not know each other. Keep up your great work. Thanks, Danny.
That's pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
That's a great suggestion. I had written back to Danny and said that we were going to look into that and try to... I can email Chris and tell him that, and I'm going to after my retreat. And then,
did you write back to her? Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
And let's just see what could go with that. That's the cool thing about this. You never know what these not chance happenings and meetings are all about, and the connections that could be drawn through this. So
I know.
That does seem like a really cool fit if that were to happen, though. Having attended some of David Wolf's conferences, especially the women's one. Oh, yeah. Seemed like someone like Chris Kaler would be such an interesting new aspect that a lot of people could be exposed to.
Because it's quite different, isn't it?
It's very different. And I've gotten just a couple emails this week personally to my account to my address, and I've read about things that have gone away after their work with Chris Kaler. I mean, stuff is definitely happening. Not everybody gets that. I've also talked to a few people that haven't had that result with his work. But those people are also interesting in the way that they said maybe I wasn't as open or as open to receiving it. So it's interesting with Chris, but some stuff is definitely going on with that.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Yeah, we should be we should introduce them all together.
Hey, you never know.
You never know, right?
Well, it wouldn't be our idea. It'd be Danny. So thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, Danny.
Yeah, we'll try to work on that.
Yeah. Thank you so much for writing in, everyone. And we only covered just a couple of the questions from everybody, but we're going to do a little fun fact with Kate here.
I have a fun fact.
Do you?
I do.
And now join us for Fun Facts with Kate.
Oh, man.
Where you never know what the heck is on her mind, or going to come out of her mouth.
Okay, we have got to get rid of the witch laugh. I say it over and over. I can't deal with it.
The Wicked
anymore.
Witch of the West.
What we have today are a couple things combating cancer with baking soda.
There you go.
Did you know that baking soda has been shown to fight cancer, stave off colds and flu, and even treat radiation poisoning? All just for pennies a day? Dr. Simon Nietzsche, an oncologist in Rome, originally made the connection between fungal infections and cancer proliferation. He realized that when a tumor was flushed with baking soda, which is antifungal, it shrank and completely disappeared within days.
Wow.
That is just one example of maybe how people could consider combating cancer and other diseases with baking soda. It's pretty wild.
Tullio Simoncini. He's from Italy.
Did I say it wrong?
Well, I mean, it's
what did I call him? Julio?
No, you said his last name, but it's hard to pronounce. But he's really, really on the cutting edge. He's injecting a special type of baking soda into cancer
tumors.
cells.
Oh, into cancer.
And they're just disappearing.
Wow.
They're just disappearing. Yeah, it's amazing.
Oh,
so
people aren't going to like that.
No.
Some people will love it. Other people won't like that.
Yeah.
We know which people we're talking about.
Yeah, he's. If you guys are interested in the baking soda issue, look into the 2 shows that we did with Dr. Mark Circus, and go to his website, Dr. Circus, DRSIRCUS, and he's written a whole ebook called Sodium Bicarbonate: Rich Man's Poor Man's Guide to Cancer Treatment.
Nice.
And as you know, sodium bicarbonate is like, $2 for a bag. So they don't want you knowing that. But he's written a whole ebook, huge compendium on that and that particular subject. So check that out.
It's great information.
Yeah.
And then another one here, you can hang eucalyptus in your shower. Did you know that?
No, eucalyptus. So you just, what do you do? Hang it?
You can hang little stems of it from your shower head. It looks like on this picture, they have a little, what do you call that? What do you call that when you put together? Like a little arrangement.
Rope? Oh, arrangement? Okay.
About 10 or so leaves of the eucalyptus tied with some string and some twine and draped over their shower head. And it says that when you take a shower, the steam will release beneficial oils. And the benefits of eucalyptus are antiseptic, anti-stress, mental clarity, mood enhancer, respiratory health, and anti-inflammatory.
That is a good idea. I wonder.
Ooh.
Is that...
You can get eucalyptus cuts from your local florist usually.
I'm going to do that.
They're amazing. They put them in for fillers, especially this time of year, and bouquets and stuff.
Do they?
Pretty cheap.
Let's do that because we have our Friends of Water shower filter, which we really love.
Yep.
And
we got to get a BPA-free shower curtain.
Yeah, we'll get a BPA-free shower curtain, and then we'll get the eucalyptus and drape that around the shower head.
Oh, I love the smell.
That would be really good.
Because eucalyptus oil, I've used that just for, a lot of different things with your stuffy sinus problems. And it really does. It clears you up.
I bet that would be nice, subtle little smell in the bathroom when you take a shower. It'd be good for baths. You'd smell in the
lavender and eucalyptus are my favorites. So having the lavender essential oil drops in my bath with the steam of the eucalyptus boughs hanging.
Okay, we're going to do that.
We'll do it the minute I get home from this retreat.
Yeah, let's do it.
That's
cool.
Well, you can find eucalyptus too. We have a bunch of it just hanging out in the wild. So
yeah, that's
if you're around an area where you can go find a eucalyptus tree, snag a couple of the.
So you just tie some rope around it and then tie some string and then just tie it to hang it upside down off your shower head.
Yep.
I like it.
Hang it on a bar anywhere in your shower, but preferably probably over where the steam, tends to go the most.
I like it.
Yeah, rises the most.
Okay, so now we got an inspirational quote to close out the show, don't we?
This is true. Would you like me to go for it?
Before we will say goodbye,
wow.
Let's leave you with something to ponder throughout your day. Here's an inspirational quote for this episode.
That just about blew my entire eardrum out.
I feel like I should yell the inspirational quote.
Oh my
gosh.
Not just
subtly mention it with that kind of introduction.
That just blew my eardrum out. Okay,
my
sorry.
Left ear. Whew, sorry, guys.
There's about 600 levels here on all this sound equipment here, and God knows I am anything but a sound expert.
You're being forced to become one, though.
I know.
Okay, this is anonymous. This is a great quote, though. Yours okay there?
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's every human's job to inspire others, to feed one another's senses. Inspiration begets inspiration times infinity. Imagine if the person that was inspired to create the phonograph didn't share it with the world.
Oh, wow. That's great.
Great quote.
I like it.
And that's anonymous. Whoever said that's brilliant.
I know.
I think it's every human's job to inspire others, to feed one another's senses. Inspiration begets inspiration times infinity. Imagine if the person that was inspired to create the phonograph didn't share it with the world.
I like it.
Yep.
Good stuff.
Share your stuff, people.
Yeah, share what you know.
Share your inspirations, share your knowledge, share your love, share just everything. Share these shows.
Mm-hmm.
Share everything with people you care about, because you never know what's going to resonate with them and change their life.
Mm-hmm. You never know what little nugget of truth or nugget or quote or something, some sentence you say, how it sticks with people, You
really don't.
Because sometimes they may never even tell you or tell anybody else, but they'll remember one thing that you said to them.
Yep.
That's just crazy.
There's specific ones I remember from growing up.
Yeah, I've had people tell me
hearing stories
that, oh, you told me this, 20 years ago, and, and it's just,
I did.
Wow.
Yeah.
How do you
never know
that?
the power of your own words and your own what you share. So
it's cool.
Yes.
Wow. So we got to head out of here, don't we? Or you do?
I got to get going.
Okay, it's time to go. Did you make your smoothies yet?
Nope, that's what I'm going to go make them.
Okay, I'll help you.
Okay.
So what are we going to put in there? Coconut?
Clay.
Clay?
Sacred clay. Earth and sea greens from Vitality Herbs and Clay. Lemon. A little bit of banana.
Frozen strawberries.
Strawberries. And my One World Whey protein powder.
Oh, nice. Okay, I will help you make those. How about that?
Thank you.
Get you out of here.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us on this episode. What is this? Episode number 175?
It is.
So if you want to make any comments or have any questions, you can always comment on that page. And don't forget, we are live now. So you can go to extremehealthradio.com/live and you can chat with other members of the community there if you'd like, or you could chat with us during the live shows at 9 a.m. Pacific on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and soon to be Friday. So you can check those out. And if you enjoyed this show, would you do us a favor? We would be so grateful if you could consider making a donation to us. All of our shows are free, and this is my full-time job, and soon to be Kate's full-time job, hopefully.
That's the plan.
That's the plan.
That's what I'm trusting.
That's our intention, and that's what we're working towards. And our goal is to help as many people as we possibly can get the word out and spread the knowledge and spread the love. So that's what we're all about. And so we rely heavily, and we're so grateful for your donation. So if you want to donate, you can go to extremehealthradio.com/donate, and you can send in $1, $2, $5, $10, $20. Or if you'd like to do so on a monthly basis, we've got quite a few people doing that now. Usually when people do monthly ones, they do a little bit less. But if you found our shows to be helpful, please consider doing that. We really, really appreciate this, and it really goes a long way when we get your donations. It really helps to pay the bills, and they're starting to stack up with this live show and all this equipment and things that we're paying for. So if you can do that, and if you don't have the money to do that and just are interested in the products that we promote, you can always check out our store as well.
Yes.
Lots of great stuff on there that will help you really change your life, I think.
I do too.
Because we use all the products, and
they change our life.
yeah, good
They
stuff.
really do.
So if you are able to do anything like that, perhaps you're listening to this while you're out on a run or at the gym or running errands or something in your car, if you can remember to do that when you go home, please, that would be so helpful. But if not, that's okay too. I realize that this economy is really tight right now. And so if you can't do that, please just share our shows with your friends, and that'll be enough.
That'd be huge.
Yeah. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining us, and we'll catch you on the next episode.
Thank you for listening to this episode.
It's time to go for now, but our mission does not end with this show.
Justin and Kate will be back with another interview packed full of ideas, discoveries, and unique ways to regain your health.
Head on over to extremehealthradio.com/subscribe and instantly download our free gift too that contains cutting-edge strategies to start making healthy lifestyle changes today.
No material on this blog is intended to suggest that you should not seek professional medical care. Always work with qualified medical professionals, even as you educate yourself in the field of live food nutrition and alternative medicine. I'm not a doctor, nor am I offering readers or listeners medical advice of any kind. None of the information offered here should be interpreted as a diagnosis of any disease, nor an attempt to treat or prevent any disease or condition. While information in this blog and during this podcast is discussed in the context of numerous conditions, it can be dangerous to take action based on any of the information on this podcast or in this blog, or to start any health program without first consulting a health professional. The content found here